Hey guys, Fluffyween here, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be making pumpkin pie from scratch. When I say scratch, I don't mean canned pumpkin, I mean pumpkin. We're going to be taking a pumpkin, baking it, scooping out the pumpkin stuff, and then putting it in a pie. The only thing that's not homemade is the shell of the pie, the pie crust, not pie shell, pie crust. Alright, so first things first, we need to open the pumpkin up. Don't mind my hand. Still healing from the X where I hurt my hand on that slide. It's over a month and it's still healing. Anywho, you have to be very careful while you do this. Being very careful as to not hurt myself. Well, there we go. You pull it apart, and then I cut off the top, and now you're just going to scoop out all of the seeds and strings. Which is my least favorite part. I decided not to make pumpkin seeds this time. Alright, see I took off the top there, the stem. Now I'm just going to take out all this up with my hand, which is gross, and then scrape out the rest with my trusty dusty spoon there. Alright, now that that's all done, almost. I can't really get all of the strings out, it's impossible. But that's the best I can do. You know, I think I've said in every single pumpkin carving video I've done that I hate the smell of pumpkin. Like raw pumpkin. It's gross. I don't know. I don't like it. Maybe recent years. I don't know. But anyways, now that I've halved them and gutted them, I put some salt, sprinkled it over, flipped them, put them on a baking sheet at 400 degrees for 60 minutes, so an hour. Once that's done, they should look like this. Gross. They're all squishy. If you poke it, it's gross, trust me. I let that sit till about 5:30, so about an hour, to cool enough so that I can touch it. Then I took out the food processor and I blended it up. Testing if it still works, because we've had a broken one before. All right. So I'm just literally scraping it off. It's very easy. This actually took the longest than actually baking the pie, which is kind of funny. I did this 2 days before, so I could let it sit and like get more flavorful, if that makes sense. I didn't add anything into the actual pumpkin puree, no cinnamon, nothing. It's just raw pumpkin that just sits in the fridge until it's ready to be used. I didn't realize you couldn't see what I was doing. I thought you could. But I'm just scraping it and getting all of the deliciousness into the food processor here. I've still got a bunch, so that's not it. Not all of it. But it's all that can fit at the moment. Puree it up. There we go. I didn't fully puree it because I was going to add more and then puree some more, but then I decided that's probably not a good idea. I should probably get a container and take the stuff I've already pureed and put it in there. So we're going to do that after I puree a little bit more. I've always been told this is really difficult, but this was very easy and it tastes a lot better than the canned stuff. I will give you that. All right. Needs a little more. There we go. That looks right. All right, I'm going to go over and put that in that container, or really grab that container. So we need 2 cups. I'm hoping I have enough. If not, I might make pumpkin. Oh my gosh, sorry. I was thinking if I didn't have enough pumpkin puree, I was going to make pumpkin pancakes. But there's enough. There was actually just a little bit more than enough. So I'm scraping everything off the blade. And carefully scooping out everything else. I don't know if I'm gonna do pumpkin carving this year. I don't know. Because honestly, I don't enjoy it that much. I find it never turns out the way I want, and I hate the smell, and it's messy, and I don't know. I don't know. And those craft pumpkins, I thought I'd do one of those. Is that new? Mm-mm. No, thank you. Those were a pain in the butt. Like, seriously, those were so annoying to carve. It took me like 30 minutes to like even cut into one of those with a hot, heated up cutting tool. Nightmare. If I was screaming at me, there's skin in there, there's skin in there. I know, I take it out, don't worry. Right. Let's blend that up real good. And then we'll throw that into the measuring cup for more puree. Then we'll move on to the pumpkin. Puree, puree, puree. Needs more. Okay, there we go. Blade's pretty clean. Knock it off into where we need. Well, it cooled. After it cooled, I put it in a airtight container and then put that airtight container in the fridge. Gotta get as much as possible. As much as humanly possible in there. And I think we're almost at the limit here. All right, I've got almost all of it up except that little part there. I got it off camera. Don't worry. All right. So now that that's done, I'm just kind of smoothing it out here. We're going to move on to the pie process. Which is very simple. All right, so first we need a bowl, obviously. And then there's some heavy cream or, I don't know, milk, canned milk. Which is pretty good, but too sweet in tea, I find. But it's like not Chapman's. The people that make Campbell's canned milk. They're very good. My mom puts it in her tea, but I don't put it in my tea. That's too sweet. I follow the recipe on the back of a pumpkin can. I just have to because we're only making one pie. So we've got 2 eggs instead of 4. Whisk those up. Doesn't that look mesmerizing a little bit? Whisk, whisk, whisk. Awesome sauce. All right. Now we need the other ingredients, which I'm just grabbing. So brown sugar. And also the pumpkin. We're gonna throw the pumpkin in there. Try to punch it out, but it's too jelly kind of like or custardy, so we gotta scrape it out. All right, now that's all, almost all in the bowl. I got as much as I could out. And focus. Come on, camera, focus. Uh-oh. Anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna add the eggs into there. We're very blurry. My apologies. Now we're gonna add the brown sugar and the milk. Brown sugar first. There we go. That was 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, I think. Delicious stuff. Brown sugar is very good. I think it's literally just white sugar with molasses in it, I think. Because people have made their own brown sugar on TikTok, so that's what they use. Brown sugar. I mean, not brown sugar. Molasses and white sugar. That's probably what that is. Anywho, now we're moving on to cinnamon. I love a good cinnamon. Cinnamon's good. There we go. I'm using that other bowl just to like buffer so that I don't spill it all in and ruin it. Because I've done that before with salt. I poured so much salt in there once. So I've learned my lesson there and I pour over another source. Another bowl over the sink. Just not directly into where I'm pouring because I will 100% spill it into the recipe and ruin it. I've done that. That's nutmeg. I'm sorry, allspice, not nutmeg, allspice. Then salt, which I spilled, you can see over in the corner there. I spilled a bunch in, that would have been a disaster. Just a pinch of salt there. 1/8 of a tablespoon or a teaspoon. All right, now for the milk. 1/4 cup of Carnation's canned milk. It looks blurry but interesting at the same time. Everything's moving around. A little bit of extra in there that was left behind. Okay, let's mix this bad boy. Stir, stir, stir until there's no more color, just one. Stir, stir, stir until it's orange. Till the pumpkin takes over. This tastes so pumpkin-y. It's crazy. Crazy good. Before I started this, I did take out the pie crust from the freezer. So that's thawing. Don't forget to do that if you're making this. Trying to fold in. Do you remember that Creek show where his mother was telling him to fold in, and he's like, "Fold in what?" And she's not gonna tell him. Yeah, every time they say fold in stuff, fold in the cheese. I always think of that scene. I've actually never watched that show either, but I've just heard that on TikTok. I still quite don't know what it means, but good consistency. I'm gonna use the whisk just to get a little bit more mixing. You gotta get all the lumps out. All the lumps. And it's good. But give it an extra couple stirs just to be sure. Alright. Move that out of the way, move it to another counter. We're going to fill this in now. Alright. Get in there. Yes. There's so much more. I'm like, that's so full now, but I'll add the rest. Scrape some too. This pie was overflowing. You could fool me and tell me this was butterscotch pudding too. Because doesn't it look like butterscotch pudding? Very delicious. Right. Now let's put this bad boy in the oven. Somehow. Without spilling it literally everywhere. And making a mess literally everywhere. Alright, come on. Come on, pie. There we go. The oven's finally ready. Ooh, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Don't want to spill it everywhere, but knowing me, I will. Alright, there's the bad boy in the oven. And now we're going to set it for 15 minutes on 400 and then put down to 350 for the remainder. This is how it turned out. Delicious. And then I cut it up and served it the next day on Sunday. At least I tried to. It was falling apart, so my mom knows how to do that better, so she did it. Yeah. And there's the delicious pie. Scrumptious. It was really good. Tasted so pumpkin-y, but not too overbearing. It was awesome. Anytime is gaming time. So listen, guys, this is Fluffy's Gaming. Signing out. Bye, guys. Stay spooky and stay safe out there. Bye. Bye-bye.